I'm Cooper, and again, I think, I don't know what you guys, but I'm definitely ready for a drink. And I still am. Okay, that, I think I figured our problem off. Sorry guys, just 1 second. My computer still had the volume on.
Okay.
Okay, so, hi! And now I'm ready for a drink. Welcome to Happy Hour with Cooper, guys. Today we're going to be exploring what's right next to me is our Camels White 2019. It just came out. It's our white blend. It's definitely very approachable and fun for everyone. We're also going to be talking about our Cabernet Franc, the 2017. We're definitely foraying into our reds now. As certain people, like my mother, have asked for, we're definitely going to drink the reds. And so, one thing I really wanted to say today is thank you everybody for tuning in, for showing up to our weekly streams, for supporting us in all the ways that you do. This is a difficult time for everybody, and we're all trying to adapt, and it's really wonderful to see that you guys are treating us like family and just really just helping us build a community. I love that, and the rest of us here at Fort Berens feel the same way. So thank you so much. We hope that you continue to enjoy our weekly hangouts. So we also today will have a guest, a bit of a local influence. Her name is Rashard, and so we'll be talking to her in a little bit after we taste the white. Crystal has definitely had quite the effect on the wine industry in Lillooet, so that's pretty cool. So we'll start off with our Camels White. So Camels White is a blend, Pinot Gris, Riesling, Chardonnay, and lots of people will talk about, especially with whites, it's the single varietals, to say, that's the way to go. But when you do a blend, especially something like our Camels White, it just gives you the ability to really narrow in on the flavor palette you want. So you're choosing different percentages of each grape and each varietal, and it just really gives the ability to choose a more complex flavor palette. So I'm a big fan of our Camels White for one big reason is it's not your traditional red blend, and I think I say this a lot. Our wines are not just off the beaten path, or not on the beaten path Canadian wines or BC wines. They definitely try different things. So this has a really cool, bright punch of acidity with some like pineapple-y, maybe even a little bit of mango right as soon as you take a sniff. And then on the palate, it's the same thing, but you still get that citrus. You get a little bit of lemon juice, and it's actually not just light and acidic. It's also actually sits on your palate a little bit, and it has just enough residual sugar to balance it out, so it's not just like drinking citrus covered, flavored water, like some Sauvignon Blancs and other things can taste like. This definitely is such an approachable wine. It's my patio wine. This is something I've had a lot since I've moved here, and it's going to pair really well with what we're going to make today. We're going to do some guacamole later. You may get in trouble for it. It's a family recipe. Pioneered. I want to say hi to everybody. Oh, look at that. We have Jeff, and we have my mother. She's going to yell at me for using her guacamole recipe. We have Rhonda. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Kim. It's nice to see everybody. I really appreciate it. Hey, Jeff, I'm glad you really enjoyed the Chardonnay. And thank you for giving your note. That's great to hear. And Kim, thank you for pouring the white, and I feel like at least I'm not drinking it alone. So if everybody else other than Kim, let me know what you're drinking. I would really love to know. Jeff, I think you said you were going to definitely open some Cab Franc today. Yes, I'm giving away your secrets, Mother. It's okay. You'll live. So, the Chardonnay, wait, Friday, you've had the Chardonnay open all week and it's still good. That's really good to hear. I like that. That's pretty cool to hear that our wines last. So if anybody else is drinking Camels, what do you think about it? Hi Paul, you're having the Riesling. Okay, awesome. It's a classic Riesling. That was so nice of you, Mother. I appreciate you sharing your secrets with everyone, or letting me share your secrets with everyone. So I'm going to take a sip of this just because I really need it. And yeah, see, it's just especially today. Now, everybody here has told me it's not a hot day, but I feel like it's a hot day and something refreshing, a little bit light, and just enough sweetness to kind of cool me down. I even put my shirt in the refrigerator at some point today because I was that hot. I apparently am a wuss. So we're as we're kind of tasted through this Camels White, I think right away here. We'll switch over to talking to our guest. So so I'd like to welcome Crystal Rashard. She is a grower of grapes in the region and has had some small influence, maybe more than a small influence, on Fort Berens and grape growing in the region. Let me know when Crystal is. Hi, Crystal. How are you today? You can't hear her? Can't hear Crystal? I don't know if we can hear Crystal. Thank you, Jackie, for being my.
She has to put it off mute.
Oh, Crystal, you need to take your phone off mute, please. Apologize, people. We just start having technical difficulties. Sometimes it's hard when you're escaping from people's living rooms. It doesn't always work.
Nope, still not.
Do we want to try calling her again?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, Crystal. Do you want us to try like hanging up and calling you again?
We're losing our sound again.
Okay. Sorry guys, we may have some technical difficulties. While we're trying to fix the technical difficulties, I will ask my assistant, Crystal? Oh, I can hear you now, yes. Okay, sorry about that. We have a Crystal. Okay, hi Crystal. How are you?
I'm sitting in.
Enjoying the weather? So you're sitting, I only heard half of what you're saying and you are definitely having problems. Is she cutting out for everybody else or just for me?
Oh, I am sitting in.
Just choppy. Okay. I thought maybe the sound on my computer was a problem, but it wasn't. Okay.
She's still on screen.
She's still on screen. Yeah. So I can't hear anything she's saying. So. Okay, so we're gonna just say goodbye to Crystal for now because we just can't make it work. Sorry, guys. We're gonna. Thanks, Crystal. We may have to revisit you later because the sound's just not working today. I'm very sorry. I appreciate it, Jeff. We're gonna switch to the Cabernet Franc really quickly because okay. Now the sound with me is much better this week, right, guys? I think we're starting to get on a roll with this streaming thing. It definitely is a work in progress. We're always learning. We have a really cool producer. His name is Rolf. And he definitely works double time to make these happen. So I want to thank him because he's a pretty awesome teammate and just overall great person to hang out with. He's not listening to me. I don't know. But so Cab Franc. I have a soft spot in my heart for Cab Franc. It honestly, it doesn't matter which vineyard it's from. It's Cab Franc enchants me. That being said, this one is definitely a standout. My friends will tell you if they're listening that I've been raving about it. It's just got something about it that is just. Cab Francs can range. The history of Cab Franc is kind of interesting. Cab Franc is the ancestor of Cab Sauv. So that's Cabernet Sauvignon is the widely planted and grown. I guess not hybrid, but I guess crossbreed of Cab Franc and Sauvignon Blanc. And so you more so than not, you get Cab Sauv in a lot of wines these days, but Cab Franc isn't as widely used anymore. It used to be, especially in France, one of the most predominantly planted grapes, and it doesn't see the time on the market as much as it should. It's definitely Canadian wineries like us are bringing it back. So we, with our Cab Franc is definitely like the difference between it in Cab Sauv is Cab Sauv does tend to have a bit thicker skin and darker fruit. Our Cab Franc is a lighter fruit. Definitely lighter color fruit, it's got some raspberry and strawberry, whereas a lot of Cab Sauvs have, and even some Cab Francs have more like blackberry and blueberry to them. Our Cab Franc has like on the nose and on the palate, it's got almost a pepperiness to it, which is something that you see more in old school French Cab Francs that are done, I guess, more in like the central, southern area regions of France, and then just overall, it's just showing like this bright peppery and raspberry on the nose. Anybody, Jeff, you're having it as well, right? You're drinking this right now. So and Mandy is as well. So I'm super excited to have other people drinking this delicious wine. Yeah. So meaty. That's definitely like almost like almost like a pepperoni or something. Very savory aftertaste. Good to hear you drinking the Cab as well. Yes, Mother. There will be a box showing up on your doorstep for Mother's Day, I promise. She nakes me on camera, guys. With our Cab Franc, like, it's just really nice to live somewhere where I can get Cab Franc all the time and it's local. And so I'd say Cab Franc. Currently, people ask me what my favorite wines are, and I can't tell you what my favorite wines are, or my favorite varietal is. But my favorite red varietal to drink right now is Cab Franc, and that started before I moved here. And it just so happens that while I'm here, it just gets better and better and better. I guess we'll talk I see like pairing in a little bit, talking about it. So this Cab Franc is what I like about a slightly lighter Cab Franc is it means it can pair with things that dark reds don't usually go with. So this Cab Franc is something that I paired with pork and paired with like a more savory like mushroom chicken, but it also goes well with lamb. It goes well with, but it's definitely like your dinner meaty savory wine. Like it definitely is best with dinner or at least like a charcuterie board. That being said, also obviously drinking alone. I may say that a lot about a lot of wines though, is that you can drink it alone. So I don't know if we're going to get Crystal back, but for now, the next thing we're going to do is going to switch to my, we're going to switch to food, start cooking. What I'm cooking today is going to go better with white wine than red, but you'll find that since I'm mostly doing things that don't require actual cooking, you'll learn more often than not, I do white wine paired food. So we're not just doing guacamole. I'm gonna go through how tortillas are super easy to turn into chips without buying them from the store. I find they end up fresher, they just taste better. I'm a big fan of homemade tortillas. I do it with pita chips as well. It's pretty easy just to switch them up to. Like for me, all I do is salt and olive oil for these guys, but when I do other kinds of chips, like pita chips and stuff, I'll put oregano and basil, sometimes garlic powder. I do these when I'm doing spinach dip. I do them when I'm doing lots of different kinds of dips and cheeses and things like that. They're just something simple, and I can take them to people's houses. So I found like the easiest way with tortillas to get something cool is you cut it in half, stack, cut it in half, stack, cut it in half, stack, and then to get them, they look like pizza slices right now, right? But to get them to look kind of like you would expect them to, you cut the back corner to halfway through the left side, back right to left side, and it makes two triangles that are kind of the perfect size for dipping. And that way everything doesn't look perfect, and tortilla chips aren't meant to look perfect. So you can kind of layer them, but you shouldn't. I like to put them on flat on the pan, and then just like that. For these, let's preheat the oven to 375. You'll see me do my patented, maybe not patented, but oil drizzling technique, where I put my forefinger. This allows you to control the stream, or it's supposed to. Now I think I didn't. Okay, we'll just use a tortilla to do it. So I like to either using a little tortilla, or a spatula, or like a basting brush. Just make sure that each piece is kind of has an even amount of oil on it. And then I brought my favorite salt, so pink sea salt. So just like just an even spread, like a couple grinds across it. This goes in the oven for 10 minutes at 375. It's gonna disappear. We're gonna make our guacamole. So my assistant will pass me what we need for our guacamole. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I could only find pretty hard avocados. So I had to try something. Tried a little bit of I guess a cheat technique that I found online to soften avocados that are super hard. So what it said was, let's wrap them in tinfoil and bake them at 200 for 10 minutes at a time, at 200 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 minutes at a time, until they start to soften up. So we'll see, this is the moment of truth to see if they actually softened up properly. You'll also see that I'm not just like trying to peel or do weird things with the avocado. My trick for getting avocados apart really easy, and for guacamole to make them work really easy, is you slice it completely through the whole avocado, through the half, and then you rotate it 90 degrees, and you do the exact same thing, so making an X. And so you just do that across the whole thing, and this is easy peasy way to get your avocado apart. I'm gonna ask my helper. I do not have a fork. There's forks in the cupboard behind you. I forgot to grab a fork. So this is still a little bit tough, but it's better than it was before. The ones I have in the fridge are just 100% hard. This is a little bit easier. I'll scoop it out with a fork. If it was softer, then I could probably just pop it into the bowl, but you can't because it's hard. So it goes in like that. In my family, we do chunky. Some people like to blend it. So if you don't have soft avocado and you're okay with it being a slightly smoother texture, is that a better fork for me? Thank you, helper. You might not want to put that back in the cupboard, okay. So yeah, as I was saying, you can puree this, and it might be better to, like in like a food processor or a blender, it might work better, especially when you have a harder avocado. We do it for my one young cousin, who, well, I guess she's not young anymore, she's 17. I still think of her as a baby. She's gonna kill me for saying that. Yeah, we do it for her because she does not like chunks in her avocado and her guacamole. So you can totally put this in a blender before putting in a bowl. That being said, not everybody does it. So this is not definitely the best avocado in the world. So please, guys, one thing to remember when you are buying avocados is it shouldn't be hard, but it shouldn't be like super squishy. It just needs to be enough that you can leave an indent with your finger in it. So you'd also notice that it's not a perfect green anymore when you're buying it. That's what I like. You'll notice I stumble every time I say the word avocado, because in my family we just call them guacs. It's ridiculous and probably pretty immature, but we just think that avocados are only good for guacamole, so they're guacs. So just hear me almost say it a million times. I'm sure my family's been laughing behind my back for the last 5 minutes or so. So we start off doing this. We do our avocado. On the side, I did a recipe for 2 avocados, but I'm getting annoyed with just the one. So we're just gonna do 1 avocado for now. So because of that, I pre-cut my tomato for 2 avocados. So it's pretty, it's like half a Roma tomato, so you'll see that I use Roma tomatoes more than any other tomato. I like their flavor, I like how firm they are to cut. So, I like it, like this is maybe not even as fine as it should be, so let's just kind of fine it up. The tomato goes in your guacamole, should be just there for a little bit of red color, almost. Like I've seen people do, instead of tomato, they do pimentos. So just add like a little bit of red into your guacamole. So see, like it's almost like tomato mush at this point, and that is okay, because you don't want big tomato chunks. So I had done half a Roma tomato, But I'm going to do half of that because I'm doing only one avocado for now. Might do more later, but that won't be on screen when I am having to peel tiny bits of skin off of the flesh of the avocado. So, tomato, avocado. I pre-diced some onion, some white onion. Let's just dice it up a little bit more, just because it does look like it's a bit too. So this part, like, if you don't want to have to dice things really small, it is better just to throw everything in a blender, and then you get like that smooth whipped avocado, which a lot of restaurants will do. I tend to be more on the chunky side. Again, I said that before. So we did onion. The next thing is garlic. So if you know, I like to do one medium-sized clove of garlic for every avocado. In my family, we do like 4 avocados. This, even doing one is like sacrilege because it's just not enough. But I guess apparently it's just no such thing as too much guacamole. And that is the truth. So again, like, some people don't like really, really big pieces of garlic in their food. I am not that person. I like to have that garlic spice. So now, this is the secret that we figured out. Some people will put like hot sauce in their guacamole. We started off doing like a little bit of jalapeno, fresh jalapeno, and you scrape the seeds out. You just do like a quarter of a jalapeno. But along the line somewhere, we ran out of jalapeno at home. This is not opening. I have greasy hands. Can somebody open this for me, please? We ran out of jalapeno at home, but we did have pickled jalapeno in the fridge, and we needed guac. We had promised people guac, so guac was required. So we found the pickled jalapenos. The jar kind of sprayed juice everywhere, which was fantastic. You guys didn't see it, but I enjoyed myself. So pickled jalapenos definitely aren't as potent. So you do not need a little bit more than you would. Like this is probably maybe that's probably about enough. If you're gonna do the full recipe, I'd say probably about half of this for what I'm gonna do. And what I'm cutting right now, if it was a fresh jalapeno, that's probably all you would need. And it's about that for two avocados. Again, this is all about heat. Now, if it's not hot enough with this, or you get too much jalapeno flavor, then you can always add cayenne pepper or Tabasco sauce or Cholula or whatever Latin American styled hot sauce you have at home. Cholula is for something that I use a lot. It's a milder hot sauce, but it has a lot of chili flavor to it. So there you have like pretty much everything that's in it. Except for we're gonna do lime juice, olive oil, and salt and pepper. So with lime juice, it's really the taste for the rest of it, except for maybe the olive oil. Olive oil, I'd say like a teaspoon, or just enough just to wet it. Mash with a fork. See how hard it is? This is not my ideal. So softer is better, guys, or blended is better. And I may blend it at some point, because this is definitely not the softest I like. So my hack did not work, guys. You might need to cook it longer or bake it a little longer. Love the pickled jalapenos. Oh my gosh, that's my Anton. They're like, hi Kathleen. Garlic brethren, yes. To garlic or not to garlic? It always to garlic. Everybody agrees, always to garlic, right? Okay, so salt, or that was pepper, salt. Limes are my favorite because they do not have seeds, lemons do. So I can just go like this. About a full line if you're doing both, or both avocados, about a full half a line. It's about a quarter a line, or just like a good generous squeeze. Again, I'm having a lot of troubles with this. It was just not, and Rolf's laughing at me, which he should. I'm gonna have to whip this up later. I may just have to take a picture of the finished product for you guys. There actually is a blender right behind Rolf. It's next to the coffee thing. That's that little laptop thing. It will work, but I just don't have the ability to like plug it in. Actually do. So that thing, yes. Actually, bring me my roll back, Justine, and I will try and make it work, guys. Today is just one of those days where it's apparently we're just being a little bit fun and improvisational with my coffee filled. Want to give that a quick rinse for me, please? We will try. I need to sit back down. Sorry. Apparently, you guys all saw me stand up. So, while we're just trying to make the guac look like something a little bit more approaching guac, I'll show you what the chips are supposed to look like when they're done. I know Rolf's going to be mad at me for setting up again. So, finished product chips. Like, nice and crispy. Some are golden brown, some are not. The ones that are darker we're in for about 12 minutes. The ones that are lighter, we're in for 10. I agree, maybe I should drink more. You guys are the best. Okay, do you mind plugging it in, please? I have the best helper. So, very good assistant. We're gonna try this. This is like a nut grinder. We'll see if it actually does some guacamole. If so, guys, you can do a coffee and nut grinder with a guacamole. It's like a slap chop kind of idea. We'll see if it works. Oh, look at that! It's working! Yay! Sort of. Ooh, it did. That even looks like I want it to look like. Victory! Victory has happened. Okay, there's my fork. So, I will clean that out. Don't do what I'm doing right now because it is super unsafe. It's still plugged in and I'm touching it, putting a fork in it. And this thing has a motor, so I'm gonna put I didn't put all of what I was doing in here because I don't think it's big enough. But guys, look. It looks how it's supposed to look. I drank more, and now it looks good. So, that's my, apparently supposed to be my quick guacamole. Okay, took longer than it was supposed to. Yeah, so it's definitely, it is a family favorite. I'm apparently not doing it as good as my mom and my aunt do. That is totally because I was arrogant and thought I could just turn hard avocados into soft guacamole without blending it. So this is what it looks like if it's a bit chunkier, and it is definitely chunkier than it would be even if I did it with a softer avocado. Big thing though, guys, remember that it's not just a recipe. You add your salt and pepper and your olive oil to taste, and even your lime juice. You'll get just this perfect creamy, salty mix. The pickled jalapenos, definitely are something that changed it for me. I've always found guacamole good, but a little bit boring. But with the pickled jalapenos, I have just like a little bit of like a sour, sharp bite to it. So it's really cool. This will go great with Camels White and the Riesling as well. That acidity and the fattiness of the avocado. I'm going to have a chip just to see if it actually tastes good or if it's awful. You know what? Considering I tried to make the avocados do what they couldn't do. It actually tastes really good. So, okay. We'll make more off screen later for my helper. Thank you guys so much for putting up with me and watching and enjoying. I really appreciate it. We definitely apologize for a bit of some of the technical difficulties. We're still learning. Thank you for gritting and bearing with it. So next week is Mother's Day. So we're going to be celebrating Mother's Day. We have a bit of a treat for everybody. There is a wine that is not available anymore, that people ask for all the time, that we are going to open, and we are also going to give a bottle away. So we have our Sparkling X, which is a sparkling rosé. Everybody loves it. And so if we have a lot of people tuning in, then they will get a chance to win it. So what we're going to do is anybody who chimes in, like you guys chimed in today, will get a chance. We entered in to win during the show next Friday at 5 p.m. PST, I guess it is. Now I have Torontonians coming in. And then so at the end of the show, we will draw a name, and whoever we draw will get a bottle, the last bottle ever available ever of our sparkling rosé. It is not available to buy. Jackie has asked me to say that 10 times. It is not available to buy. And then so we're also going to do the Riesling Reserve with that as well. And yeah, we may, I'm still waiting to hear on who our guest will be next week. We'll have a guest. So please everybody like, subscribe, share. And you know, if anybody wants this recipe and to make it better than I did today, let us know and we'll send it to you. And thank you so much, everybody. Yeah, enjoy. Get a case of what? Okay. Chat. Yes, I'm reading the chat. So, sorry guys, just for a second. What are the wines next week? I answered that. Somebody wants to know if they can get a case. I'll talk to you later about that. Oh, thanks Colleen for coming on in. And Colleen works in the tasting room. And no, not another Cab Franc next week. Sorry guys.
What was for next week?
Yeah, Riesling and sparkling rosé, sparkling X. Thank you guys. Have a nice day. Apparently I'm starting to munch already. I'm hungry, okay? Rob's laughing at me. He should.